What's up, everybody? Kier Gomes here, and welcome back. In today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at the Watermelon Edition Fontaine playing cards. These just started shipping out and getting to people, and I don't believe they've been reviewed yet here on the tube, so I'm really excited to do that for you. Before we get started, please do drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and without further ado, let's roll that intro and get you guys on your way.
Let's go.
Alright, so the Fontaine Watermelon Edition playing cards. If you're not familiar with Fontaine playing cards, they are extremely hype. It's basically the most hype card brand out there for cardistry. All started back in, I believe, 2013 when the red Fontaines came out. They were printed by very young Zach Mueller, who at the time was a wonderful magician, now a wonderful cardist. He designed the red Fontaines, put them up on Indiegogo, flew. From there, they turned into essentially being one of the biggest card brands ever. The thing with Fontaine cards is they drop and then they sell out, and that's just how it works. They drop, they sell out within the day, and then they're on eBay for, you know, $1 billion, whatever the case is. I don't own every deck of Fontaines. I think I have maybe a little bit more than half of the collection. These are the newest addition to the collection. Really excited to review them. All right, so the front of the tuck case is very standard Fontaine. The Fontaine logo with the mirrored F being kind of covered by the title of the cards with a nice white border around the front. It says Watermelon Edition at the top and playing cards right there. This basically just looks like every other standard Fontaine deck. If they do a collab, like the Rip and Dip ones or the Carrots ones, the tuck case changes a little bit. To give you an example, these are the green Fontaines that came out a couple years ago. You can see the tuck cases are very, very similar. One side has some Fontaine ad copy, and actually so does the other side. Bottom says 1 of 2,500. The top just says Fontaine. And the back design is the back design of the cards. Inside the tongue flap, you do get the little Fontaine spade pip. Let's take a look at the cards themselves. They typically just use bicycle stock. So the fact that the cards are relatively thin is good. However, handling wise and feeling wise, they feel just like a deck of bicycles. Here's an up close look at the back design. You can see it's just this really nice kind of fluorescent pink coral type color with the repeating Fontaine logo mirrored on the back. I do really love the logo. Right, as with all standard Fontaine cards, you are gonna get two identical jokers that are extremely minimalistic. It's got the Fontaine F in the corners and it just says Fontaine right there in the middle. Your ace of spades is just gonna be a standard ace, however it does have a blown up spade pip in the middle, and then you can see the Fontaine logo with the color of the cards inside the stripe. Now again, Fontaine really has two different types of releases that they do. They do collaborative releases, so like the Chinatown, the Carrots V1, 2, and 3, and the Fontaine Rip and Dip deck, or the Fontaine Guest deck. All of those are custom decks pretty much through and through. With the regular Fontaines, when they're not collabing and they're just dropping a new color, this is the same ace of spades that you get every single time. And as well, I think it really works. It's an easily recognizable ace of spades, I think. You are gonna get a blank card. This is also sort of a standard for Fontaine. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. Right now, the rest of the cards in this deck are gonna be completely standard. You're basically just gonna get bicycle pips and indices, same font, no color customization. The court cards are the exact same. Nothing special. I prefer standard faces for a couple of reasons. The biggest one being when you're performing magic, it's a lot easier to recognize. You could definitely perform magic with this deck. The reason why I will not be performing magic with this deck is because of how much these cards cost. It's not worth it to perform with a $65 deck of cards when you could just as easily grab a $2 deck of bikes and just go out there and perform, and you're gonna have the same feeling, of the cards, same faces, just not worth it. But technically there's nothing stopping you from performing magic with these if you wanted to. As all Fontaines do, these cards fan great right out of the box, just like all USPCC cards really. I really like though the contrast of these thin white borders with that pink. It just pops out so much. This is what a fan looks like for the indices. Well guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode and my review of the Fontaine Watermelon Edition playing cards. If you're interested in picking up this deck, just like with all Fontaines, they are no longer available, so you will have to take to eBay to see if you can find them. I think right now on eBay these are going for like between 60 and 70 bucks. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out and it'll allow me to continue upgrading the film quality and bringing you quality content. As well, I do have an update video coming out for the Chalkbox deck. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I recently canceled the project for the Chalkbox V2. I will be answering all of your questions very soon, but if you haven't seen it, I'll leave my Instagram down below and you can go check out the latest update. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I know I will. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.